Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. This is brought to you in association with The Athletic, where you can get a 7-day free subscription trial and then 50% off your yearly sub if you choose to take it up. There's some great articles in there. It's got its own designated Everton writers, Paddy Boylan and Greg O'Keefe, reporting on all the stories, all the things happening at Everton. And plus you have access to every other writer, lots of world-class writers talking about every team that you can imagine throughout the world. So check it out. The link is in the description below. Michael Keane has said that the players would only need a 2 weeks intensive training before returning to be able to play Premier League games. Keane was speaking to a well-known radio station talking about his personal regime that he's been given at home to keep himself fit. He said all the players are doing their own personal training regimes, and then as long as they keep them up, we would have to get back in and do 2 weeks intensive training before we played our first Premier League game. Obviously, responding to the question of how long it would take the players to get back up to speed. That is saying it returned anytime soon. Obviously, the recommendation is it won't be before the 30th of April. It looks unlikely at the moment, the way things are developing in this country, that it won't be any time before the summer, although UEFA and FIFA have reiterated today that they expect every league to be finished by the 30th of June. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there in terms of that. Everton are interested in David Fratesi of Sassuolo. He's a 20-year-old midfielder. He's been on loan at Empoli in Serie B this season. Carlo Ancelotti apparently really likes him. He's a player who Everton would bring in and be looking to develop. He's certainly not the finished article at the moment. A fee of around 5 or 6 million euros has been quoted in Italy today. And reports in France coming out at L'Equipe newspaper stating that Everton have tabled a bid for 22-year-old Lille centre-back Gabriel. Ancelotti very keen on bringing the left-sided Brazilian in to the club, and a fee of around 27 million euros is what L'Equipe are reporting that Everton have bid for Gabriel. I think he'd be an excellent addition to the Everton squad. Me and Andy did a video on him, his strengths and stuff, last week or a week before. It's on the channel if you want to look for that. But he's he's got everything. Great in the air, good left foot, quick, strong in the tackle, reads the game really well. And I think he'd be a fantastic signing for Everton. So see what happens there. Matty Pennington is open to staying at Hull City beyond his loan spell, which is due to expire in May. He's got 12 months left on his Everton contract in the summer. Obviously, we don't know what's happening, but that's the way the contract is at the minute. He's apparently said he'd like to stay at Hull. He's familiar with the place now. Hull apparently are interested in keeping him, but it's going to depend on the fee that Everton wants for Pennington. But like I say, 12 months left on his deal. His current deal shouldn't mean that it's too far out of Hull's reach to take him there on a permanent basis. And finally, FIFA is speaking to clubs about extending the transfer window in the wake, obviously, of the corona pandemic at the moment. Reports are saying that the transfer window could remain open until January. Obviously, these are early estimations because nobody knows when football will return. And obviously, there's the financial implications of the transfer market, the transfer window for clubs who are, is a massive thing. If clubs are wanting to sell players to help bring in new players or to pay staff or whatever, things like that, it is a big thing. And the uncertainty around everything, not just football, let's be honest, football isn't really important at this time, but the uncertainty around that means that things like the transfer window, there's rumours already that FFP could be suspended for the next season, means it's going to be a very, very interesting space. The financial implications of football over the next, 6 to 8 months. So the talk's ongoing at the minute about the transfer window being extended until January. Make sure you check out The Athletic for that free trial and then 50% off your subscription. The link is in the description below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Do it now. It takes a sec. And if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon, including live daily shows. Get over there, check it out. See you later.